The creatures that emerged from the sinkhole in Guangxi, China, were unlike anything the world had ever seen. They were massive, towering over the scientists who had inadvertently released them into our world. Their skin was a sickly green color, slimy and slick to the touch. Their eyes were black and soulless, and their mouths were filled with rows upon rows of razor-sharp teeth. Their bodies were twisted and gnarled, with multiple limbs that seemed to move in impossible ways. Their movements were jerky and erratic, like they were being controlled by some unseen force, and worst of all, they seemed to possess an intelligence that far surpassed that of any earthly creature. As the scientists watched in horror, the creatures began to spread out from the sinkhole, their tendrils reaching out to ensnare anything in their path. They tore through buildings and vehicles with ease, leaving destruction and chaos in their wake. The government's initial attempts to stop them were met with little success. Their weapons had no effect on the creatures, and many soldiers were killed in the process. It wasn't until a team of scientists were able to analyze the creatures' biology that a potential weakness was discovered. It seemed that the creatures were vulnerable to a specific type of radiation, a rare and highly dangerous form of energy that could only be generated by a specially designed weapon. The scientists worked tirelessly to create a device that could harness this energy, and eventually succeeded in developing a weapon that could potentially destroy the creatures. But it was a risky plan. The weapon had to be deployed directly into the heart of the sinkhole, where the creatures were believed to be most concentrated. A team of brave soldiers volunteered for the mission, knowing full well that they may not make it back alive. As they descended into the depths of the sinkhole, they could feel the creatures closing in around them. Their eyes glowed in the darkness, and their snarls and hisses echoed off the walls of the cavern. But the soldiers were determined to succeed, and they pushed on towards the heart of the sinkhole. When they finally reached their destination, they activated the weapon and ran for cover. There was a blinding flash of light, and a deafening roar that echoed through the cavern. When the light faded, the creatures were gone, vanquished back to the dimension from which they came. The sinkhole was sealed shut, and the world breathed a sigh of relief. But the memory of those creatures lingered on, a reminder of the dangers that lurked just beyond our world, waiting for the slightest opportunity to invade and conquer.